Coach came up to me and said, "Steven, you don't get a flag, you get a cape." And it was legitimately a whole cape. It was awesome.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the funniest and most memeable moments from the 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris.
Ve şuna inanıyorum, burada bu poligonda Tom'la çalışan bir sürü genç arkadaşımız var. Bu çocuklar bizleri çok daha geçecektir, ileriye gidecektir.
Number 16. Kendall Ellis benefits from getting stuck in a porta potty.
I think we all know what happened to me in the semifinal in Oregon before my race, and Charmin thankfully stepped in to get rid of all those bathroom worries, that I can focus on being the best Kendall and athlete I know how to be.
Yeah, look, it doesn't sound great, but let us explain. The American sprinter found herself in a literal nightmare scenario at the U.S. track and field trials, locked in a porta potty for over 10 minutes until help came. Speaking on the nerve-wracking incident which nearly saw her Olympic dreams dashed, Ellis said that, quote, "I don't like small spaces. Being stuck in one is actually one of my greatest fears. Elevators, porta potties, water slides. So yeah, literal nightmare." Just ahead of the 4x400 meter relay at Paris 2024 though, Ellis announced a hilariously fitting new sponsor, Charmin. Hey, whatever works, Kendall.
And so it's nice that I have Charmin supporting me backside to trackside, making sure that all aspects are covered in the bathroom, outside of the bathroom, so that I can go out and perform and keep on winning.
Number 15. Gabriel Medina catches the ultimate wave.
And it's Gabriel Medina coming through, an absolute monster, and flies out victoriously. A beautiful.
Remember the old expression about something being too good to be true? Thankfully this time, we were able to have our cake and eat it too. Surfer Gabriel Medina was captured by Agence France Presse photographer Jérôme Bruyette as he received the highest single-wave score at Paris 2024, 9.9 out of 10.
Gabriel Medina handles it like the beast that he's known to be in Brazil, referred to sometimes as Monstro.
Bruyette's image depicts Medina, who appears to literally be walking on air. Far from a fabrication, the photo speaks to not only Medina's obviously considerable amounts of talent, but also Bruyette's Olympic-worthy photography skills. Commenting on the circumstances, Bruyette said, quote, "It was not hard to take the picture. It was more about anticipating the moment and where Gabriel will kick off the wave."
Every single surfer and person in the water right now is enjoying that performance. Look at the coaching staff for Brazil.
Number 14. Zhou Yaqin discovers the taste of victory. Chinese artistic gymnast Zhou Yaqin won silver at Paris 2024. But while her and her fellow athletes' performances were predictably remarkable, it was what she did after she won that set the internet ablaze. Italian athletes Alice D'Amato and Manila Esposito, who won gold and bronze respectively, engaged in the time-honored tradition of biting down on their medals. The act itself no longer serves a practical purpose, but stems from a method of testing whether or not gold is real. The Chinese athlete's reaction, as well as her gentle attempt at imitating D'Amato and Esposito, served as a sweet viral moment that demonstrated considerable Olympic spirit. Number 13. Heish Kerr dives under the bar. While the high jump is in itself a thrilling display of human athleticism, it's not necessarily a relatable Olympic sport, if such a thing exists. Thankfully, New Zealander Heish Kerr made a point of literally lowering the bar for the rest of us. In a hilariously meme-worthy moment occurring just prior to his gold medal win, the Olympian bailed on one of his attempts and dove under the bar, landing straight on the mat. Kerr had the opportunity to throw in the towel and share gold with American jumper Shelby McEwen, but both declined and opted to close the event out, which ultimately saw Kerr winning. Number 12. Simone Biles reacts. That's the entry. Not only is she the most decorated gymnast ever, she's also America's sweetheart. How can you not love Simone Biles? While she had no shortage of memeable moments at Paris 2024, one blink and you'll miss it bit in particular stood out among internet commentators. And not just to Snoop Dogg. More on that later. While stretching ahead of a competition, Biles appeared to be engaged in casual conversation before seamlessly whipping her head around and staring straight down the barrel of the camera. Would-be memers compared the look to a stern principal or librarian. Does anyone else feel like they're in trouble? Number 11. Raygun Captures Our Hearts.
All the way from Australia, Oceania, give it up to Raygun!
Breakdance Dancing's first Olympic appearance wasn't without its share of interesting viral moments, as the general public discovered what the sport is all about, especially at such a high level. Australian academic Rachel Gunn, better known as Raygun, certainly appreciated and had a love for the sport, even writing her PhD thesis on breaking. Although Gunn was selected to participate at Paris 2024, she received no points and was eliminated from the competition following the round robin. When Gunn's performance was derided and mocked on social media, she responded by saying, quote, "I was always the underdog and wanted to make my mark in a different way." Do your thing, Raygun.
I get to research breaking. I get to talk to people about breaking. I get to read papers on breaking. You know, my whole life is about breaking. So I feel really fortunate that I can go that deep into my sport, into my dance.
Number 10. Bob the Cap Catcher and his colorful Speedos. The heroes of the Olympics are not always the athletes who leave decorated with multiple medals.
But we shouldn't forget about the people behind the scenes, making sure that everything goes smoothly here in Paris.
Sometimes it's those who are on our screens for a moment, but in our hearts for much longer. Case in point, Bob the Cap Catcher, the nickname bestowed upon the man who retrieved Team USA's Emma Weber's swim cap from the bottom of the pool following the women's 100-meter breaststroke preliminary race.
More proof that not all heroes wear capes, some do wear Speedos.
As soon as he appeared with his scintillating swimwear, the audience, both at the event and at home, were enamored. We don't know if his name is actually Bob, but we do know that he and his Speedo have brought us utter joy.
So here's my question. If you know that's your job, that you may have to jump in at a moment's notice, that's the Speedo you pick out.
Yeah.
Number 9. Antoinette Amirazzi's bad timing bulge. We hesitate to find amusement in an athlete's dreams of Olympic glory being dashed, but we cite this incident out of love, not mockery.
Pole vaulter Anthony Amirazzi's Olympic dreams hit an unexpected NSFW hurdle.
While competing in a qualifying event, French pole vaulter Antoinette Amirazzi's nether regions hit the bar he was going over, knocking it down and him out of the competition. While being well endowed is often considered a blessing, in Amirazzi's case, it was something of a curse. He was understandably crushed by the outcome.
Later reacting to his elimination in a statement posted by the French Athletics Federation saying, "It's a big disappointment. I'm a bit gutted. It's the first time I've started a competition without any stress."
However, many have expressed their support and admiration for Amirazzi. With any luck, he'll be clearing bars again with style in no time.
The 2024 Paris Games marked Anthony's first time making it to the Olympics, and it's sure to be a competition he'll remember for a very long time.
Number 8. Marie Antoinette Goes Metal. Even if you have no interest in sports, the Olympics opening ceremony is always a must-see spectacle.
My friends, I'm watching the Olympics last night, and I go and do something, and I come back, and he's like, "Oh, you missed the heavy metal performance." I was like, "The heavy metal performance?" And I didn't think anything of it.
This year was no exception, taking us down the Seine and showcasing numerous wondrous French landmarks from Notre Dame to the Eiffel Tower, as well as the country's long-standing reputation for spectacular pageantry. But the most memorable moment occurred during the French Revolution-inspired third sequence. Entitled Liberté, it featured the beheaded Queen Marie Antoinette, played by soprano Marina Viotti, singing the opening lines of Ah Ça Ira before being joined by French metal band Gojira.
Everyone was like super enthusiastic and crazy about it, so I thought like, okay, we did it.
If you're someone who loves French history and heavy metal in equal measure, this was the opening ceremony for you.
Nothing comes to mind that compares to this. That was so unbelievably awesome.
Number 7. Kayak Cross Calamity. The Olympics have been around a very long time, but that doesn't mean they're afraid of trying new, exciting events. For example, the introduction of kayak cross, a sport that has to be seen to be believed.
Imagine being dropped off a 20-foot ramp while you're sitting in a kayak. Then racing through raging rapids with 3 competitors, all allowed to push and shove you with their paddles.
It starts with competitors being dropped in the rapid waters from 15 feet high and only gets more exciting from there.
Everyone drops off at the same time and then battles each other down the course to get to the bottom first.
With all sorts of obstacles in the water, it's the kind of event that can trip up even the most coordinated. And it caused a splash on social media, with some comparing it to Mario Kart with boats. Speaking of, any chance Mario Kart will be an event at the 2028 Games? Number 6. Alona Mar, TikTok star. American rugby player Alona Mar has had quite a time at this year's Olympics, helping her rugby sevens team earn bronze medals, meeting legends like Jason Kelce, Snoop Dogg, and Tom Brady, and putting body shamers in their place.
So, yeah, I do have a BMI of 30. I am considered overweight. But alas, I'm going to the Olympics, and you're not.
Her TikTok account is also just full of numerous hilarious videos.
Hey everyone, we are back again in the Olympic Village testing out the cardboard beds. Woo! Thank you.
From showing shenanigans inside the Olympic Village housing units, to joking about a meet cute in the dining hall, to indulging in a massive croissant as a light snack, Mar proved herself to be an inspiration not only as an athlete, but also as a human being.
Oh, great. Something got me going.
Number 5. Henrik Christensen's Muffin Love. Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man! No, not the nursery rhyme character. We're talking about Norwegian swimmer Henrik Christensen. The Scandinavian athlete's adoration for the chocolate muffins served at the Olympic Village's dining hall made him a TikTok star and earned him a delicious nickname.
Henrik is winning hearts around the globe with his funny and relatable content throughout the games, giving fans a peek at his ongoing love for the yummy treats.
According to others who have tried these baked goods, they really are as good as he claims. And though we believe him, we also wish we could try them for ourselves. Christensen isn't the only athlete to go viral for their food love this year. Italian gymnast Giorgia Villa has also made waves with her epic cheese photos.
Photos from a 2022 sponsorship shoot show the gymnast doing the Parma splits and other monster moves with giant blocks of cheese.
I approve this pop star.
Really grating on me.
I knew it. I was waiting for some more.
Number 4. Katie Ledecky fan reaction. American swimmer Katie Ledecky made history at this year's Games, becoming the most decorated female swimmer, as well as the most decorated American woman in Olympic history.
I mean, what does it feel like to hear that stat, to hear that kind of your claim in history, your space in history?
I don't think it's sunk in yet.
And watching her in action is an utter thrill. But you know what's even more exciting? Getting noticed by her.
Katie walks past her and then kind of glances in her direction, see what happens.
That's what happened to 8-year-old Maddie Lowry, who was in attendance when Ledecky won gold in the 1500-meter freestyle final. After her victory, Ledecky waved at her young fan, who reacted with utter glee, even almost fainting. And the joy didn't stop there, as Lowry was later surprised by Ledecky on a video call.
Hey, Madden!
We cannot wait for when the two of them finally get to meet in person. Number 3. Steven Nedoroscik, Pommel Horse Superman. It's a bird! It's a plane! It's an amazing athlete! American artistic gymnast Steven Nedoroscik is a pommel horse specialist who became a star at this year's Games.
What's the best word to describe the last week for you?
Unforgettable.
And key to that is his glasses, which he took off prior to his bronze medal winning performance. Naturally, comparisons were drawn between Pommel Horse Guy and a certain superhero and his journalist alter ego.
Cue the meme machine. There is a striking resemblance to Clark Kent.
We don't know if Nedoroscik has the ability to fly or use X-ray vision, but we do know that he became a hero to us and countless others thanks to his charisma and pommel horse prowess.
My coach came up to me and said, "Steven, you don't get a flag, you get a cape." And it was legitimately a whole cape. It was awesome.
Number 2, Yusuf Dikech, the casual sharpshooter. During the 10-meter air pistol mixed team event, most of the competitors had the kind of visible protective gear you would expect.
During the event, it is standard practice for competitors to wear the allowed eyewear and take advantage of any special equipment that is permitted.
That is, except for one. 51-year-old Turkish shooter Yusuf Dikech took the internet by storm with his decidedly laid-back approach to target shooting. Instead of bulky ear protection and a visor, Dikech went with small earplugs and everyday eyeglasses. What's more, he even had his other hand in his pocket, as if he was playing a carnival game rather than competing on the global stage with other target experts.
Ve şuna inanıyorum, burada bu poligonda Tom'la çalışan bir sürü genç arkadaşımız var. Bu çocuklar bizleri çok daha geçecektir, ileriye gidecektir.
It doesn't seem to have hindered him too much, as he brought home a silver medal for Turkey. But if you are an aspiring sport shooter, Remember, safety first.
When I saw how he was shooting, I thought in my head, that's so Turkish. Okay, the no ear protection, that's so Turkish.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Snoop Dogg reacts to Simone Biles. If there's any undisputed non-athlete star of this year's Olympics, it's Snoop Dogg.
There are big matches going on everywhere, and the big Snoop Dogg is here.
The iconic artist served as NBC's ambassador of happiness, and he more than lived up to his title. We could probably fill out a whole list with great Snoop moments, from holding the torch, to swimming with Michael Phelps, to looking the part while watching dressage with his BFF Martha Stewart.
Have you ever ridden a horse?
No, I'm scared. Yeah.
But if we can only single out one moment, it would have to be his reaction to gymnastics great Simone Biles' incredible qualifying performance. It's a look that says he cannot believe his eyes, which, to be fair, neither could we. We also can't forget about his adorable dance party with Biles and her teammate, Jordan Chiles.
Anybody have any more fun than Snoop?
What Paris Olympics moment do you think is très drôle? Let us know in the comments.
I prepared this for you, Martha.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.